recording locally. That works. Alright, are we just gonna assume that Olivia and her friend don't want to play anymore?
I've already assumed that.
Alright. Huh. Discord let other people know what I'm streaming, but I'm not streaming anything. Still pretty cool though. See how 30 frames a second comes out instead of 60, so I don't destroy my hard drive. Ah. Oh, I found something for you, Ty. Let me find it again. Oops.
Well, Holly, your sheet is done.
That was fast.
All my numbers are good?
Sometimes.
I should double check that. Hold on.
Sometimes.
The only thing that I'm worried about is because I'm an elf, I get a +1 on my wisdom, and I want to make sure that that one's correct.
You get plus two.
I think it is.
You get +2 to
Yeah.
Dex too.
Yeah, you get +1, +2.
Alright.
So you get the 1 for the wisdom, and you get 2 for dexterity.
And then you're proficient.
That's really weird. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong number on my points calculator. Hold on 1 second.
Whole time. Well, I just put a link in general chat. If you go there, someone like posted a ton of maps they've made and saved up, and then if you go to the bottom, it has interior buildings, towns and cities, and dungeon and caverns. And it's like a giant list.
Oh, is that the one you showed me?
I might have. I don't know if I showed you this one. No. This one's like pre-made done maps.
You showed me. Is it a
Immigrant?
dock?
No, it's an immigrant.
Oh. No, never mind.
I found this today.
Hey, that looks like my dungeon tiles.
And then if you go to the bottom, they have like interior building one, and then like the town and cities and caverns.
Yeah, this looks like some of the tile sets they put out with 4th edition. Oh, that one I think is from 3rd.
So I felt like this could help in some games, maybe if you look at them. I haven't scrolled through all of them because there's like
Oh, sweet.
there's like a metric shit ton of them.
Oh my god, I love these.
But I found these today.
Thank you. I'll check them out as soon as I get done with this.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. There's just so many.
You sent me a different list though. That was really cool.
The dock one with all the brush files.
I thought they were maps. I thought you sent me one with maps. Ooh, look at that pretty water.
No, I don't think I see them on the maps. Yeah, they're pretty.
I think you did.
Oh, find it. Because
I am not about to scroll through our entire conversation if I can find it.
Yeah, I do that all the time to find stuff that I forget about. It's such a pain in the butt.
Yeah, we talk way too much.
Alright, well, there's that.
Oh, these are so cool. Ooh. Oh, look at the city.
The city ones are really impressive.
Oh my god, these are so cool. Ooh, ships.
Yep, has a lot. I was really happy I found that. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta save this. This is important.
All right, boys and girls. While we're doing this, this will be taking place just for time's sake. The year is probably around 1493 DR time in the world of Faerun. This is considered an ADL official module. So if you guys did want to take credit and use these characters in any convention or anything like that, they actually would be legal for doing that. If you want to, just let me know and I'll shoot you a DCI number for the session and all the information you need to make them basically convention legal.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Also, they'll work for any ADL Now, of course, the academy won't be in there, but the actual character and the adventure and your own backstory, they allow you to create any backstory, so the academy still works fine for that. So for this, you guys would actually probably be about third-year students. So what's going on currently through Discord with us is obviously first year, just reinforcing you guys here and what's going on. So for tonight, we're just kind of fast forwarding just a little bit to third year. You're still in school, but you've been through some classes. You guys have, were assigned kind of as a party as the first year and have had a couple years to get to know each other and hang out and stuff like that. We won't be using any of the other characters you guys have run into for this particular adventure. It will be just the three of you guys. Is that okay with everybody?
That sounds good.
Sure.
All right. So the Sorbeck Academy, as I said, is outside of the Dassarin River. It's built up on the shores of the lake itself, just northeast of Waterdeep. The headmistress, Erica, has actually brought to your instructor that one of her good friends, a very famous treasure hunter known as Verida Store, has put out a call of assistance in tracking down these caches of treasure that were hidden by the now defunct Cults of the Dragon somewhere in the Grey Peak Mountains. Through luck and skill and kind of just the finagling of Erica, she was able to get Verada to give her the information and allow the school to kind of look into this for her. So Verada's come to you guys and asked if you can actually meet with her along the Black Road, just east of the village of Parnast. So you guys make ready and are given supplies by the school, the basic equipment that you guys would have starting out at the level 1, which you should see on your character sheets as it is. Your trip along the Black Road showed signs of goblin presence, but otherwise was really uneventful, honestly. Other travelers you met along the way claimed to have seen evidence of giant activity, ruin-covered boulders, huge footprints, and missing livestock, but you've seen no evidence whatsoever. You think it's probably just the overactive imagination of some scared farmers and merchants, things like that. But when you actually arrive at the rendezvous point, Miss Store is nowhere to be found. Looking around, if everybody would do me a favor, roll a perception check.
All right.
I'm not done with his character, though.
No.
Too bad.
I'm doing the whole thing. I want to do it right.
Looking around, you see countless footprints of various sizes. Lots of bloodstains actually mar the ground itself. As you guys begin kind of looking around and searching the area, you come across Verida. She seems to be about several hours dead, and her body is just destroyed from a variety of wounds. Lying around her backpack, some empty scroll cases, a couple weapons. You see a large tome is open on the ground, kind of fluttering. It seems like the back few pages have been torn out. What are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna investigate the tome or the body. If someone else wants to, if someone else is better with, bodies.
Roll an investigation, Mr. Rogue.
I don't know what I'm good at yet.
Shut up.
Not investigating. Not that much.
You are not Sherlock Holmes. Debbie, you want to roll?
Oh, oops, sorry, one. I want to roll. If I roll the right one.
Oh God, why?
No, I liked my insight better.
So it takes you a little bit, but rolling her over, you actually find in the small of her back another kind of small scroll case. Inside of there appears to be some notes. You see on there some scribbling, and Ashley is laid out information detailing where she thinks the 5 caches are located. You read and see, the first treasure was hidden by the Cult of the Dragon in an abandoned cave at the base of the southernmost mountain in the Grey Peak Range. While it was thought to be the smallest of the caches, it also is now thought to be protected by any traps or magic. The caves and tunnels of the complex, according to her sources, are not very structurally sound, and there are goblins that are known to inhabit the area. So, what are you guys gonna do?
Find us some goblins.
Fight you some goblins?
Yes.
I want to rush in bullheadedly.
I don't know about that.
You guys are able to easily find your way to this peak area that you mentioned, to the Great Peak Mountains, being given a map pretty much from Miss Erica. Really not taking long. You find your way there, opening up inside of, you see the opening of the tunnel itself. Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Oh yeah, we're really good at nature.
I don't know that any of us are good at that.
Not really. we're about the same.
Yes, we are.
Alright, so looking around, Sorp, you actually notice that there's several prints of an unknown amount of goblins, at least one giant, and possibly a bear. You see in the wall of the mountain itself, the opening of the cave entrance, it seems to be a tunnel of some kind that leads back.
Can I peek into this tunnel to see what I can see with my dark vision? If I see anything in like the mouth of it, like traps.
You can.
It's actually my job now. God damn it.
You better be good at it.
Nope, not today.
Oh shit.
Quickly, give me perception.
You don't see anything.
Like guys, it looks pretty clear.
Yeah, you're a rogue. We trust you.
Yeah.
You're good at this stuff.
Famous last words right there. You're a rogue. I trust you. Give her a thumbs up. Yeah, okay.
You're a rogue? Oh my god. Never thought I'd see the day.
He is the rogue. So you guys yep, he's the rogue, you're the paladin, and Miss Holly is your wizard.
You're a wizard?
I'm a wizard!
That's awesome.
No, I'm never a freaking caster.
Yeah, I feel.
In fact, let me go ahead and boop. See, there we go. There's Miss Holly. Let's go ahead and drop Mr. Zane on there. And let's see what Mr. Torp looks like.
Oh man, he looks so handsome.
I'm so cute.
Oh my word, I have got the best mullet ever.
Perfect.
My lordy.
I think you're better looking than you are.
I do have some fabulous hair.
The Lord is here, and I will smite the shit out of thee.
I feel like naked with this AC. I'm not gonna lie. I feel very, very concerned. I have 13.
I feel disrobed.
You are not designed to get hit, my friend.
No, I have 13, and I'm very concerned.
You know what? Because I knew you were playing it, I gave you a little bit of extra con because I know you're gonna get hit.
I actually do like the stats you gave me are really interesting. There's so many odds, and that's like a rule. You're not supposed to do that usually, but you just gave me so many.
I know. But that's because if you use, instead of taking your feet and you use, it feels much better.
Yeah, I understand that.
I hope that you can do something with Holly.
I got spells.
And again, like I said, guys, this is really just mostly to help me out. At a later time, if you guys want to make some ADL characters and actually make them up yourself, I have tons of Adventure League modules and approved for play that you guys could run through that would actually level up your characters. And again, if you had a local store or convention that you guys wanted to go to, you could actually take those characters and play with them, earning magical gear and rare items. There's also something that makes conventions really unique. All the gold and items that you earn during the adventures, you save up and you can spend in downtime, but at the conventions there's actually a traveler, Fei Chen, who each convention puts together who the individual is, but Wizards of the Coast assigns them ultra limited special magic gear that you can only get in person by going to these conventions with an ADL character and spending their gold for these items. Now keep in mind, these items are expensive because they're world items and legendary items, but it is a very unique and kind of awesome thing.
That's just really
That
cool.
is actually really,
Not a
really
long
cool.
way.
And me and Midnight already looked up the fact that one of our local game stores does actually run Dungeon or Adventure League.
Yeah, so does one of mine.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so you could
god!
actually ask them if they ever run conventions or epics or Fei Chen, anything, if they ever host Fei Chen. And if they said yes, then any modules that you guys ran with me and got the gold from, you could actually take that character and use their money to purchase items from Fei Chen.
Awesome. So Midnight, gonna give me those expertise or what?
I'm getting there!
I'm watching the sheets just slowly change as I'm looking at it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, and as you guys follow down the tunnel, making your way in, you find yourself in a large cavern. The drip of the water falling, which I probably should stop the sound of the medieval town. That'll probably help a little bit.
A little bit.
There we go. We'll throw this on instead.
Dave, did you look at what your tool proficiency was from your dwarvenness?
I did not. Oh man, you got all this stuff in here. Oh, thieves' tools.
Not that one.
Oh, brewer supplies.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now I just need a poisoneer kit. I can get everyone drunk and poison them at the same time.
I'm thinking about taking that for your expertise.
What, the poisoneer kit?
No. Your brewer's kit.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That would be as useful.
Hey, I get to hear.
Can I make a perception check to see around this lovely cavern we're in? Lovely ambiance.
As you enter this large cavern, water dripping down lightly from the ceiling, you see that there's lanterns, several of them that's actually placed around this room, kind of casting shadowy glows here and there on the walls. The sound of rats moving across the ground. Rubble's piled high, up to 3 feet, in several places throughout the cavern, and it seems like 2 tunnels lead out. The tunnel on the south wall is clear, but the tunnel to the east is just choked and filled with debris. You see dust is actually still kind of falling down from the ceiling and filtering through the light, leaving those sparkling trails. You see that it circulates through the cavern, leading you to believe that there was some kind of cave-in very recently down there. What do you do?
I'm gonna actually go investigate where it just caved in to see if maybe we can go down that way. Like, see if there's anyone trapped underneath it or what's going on with that. I mean, cave-ins don't happen for no reason.
Alright, give me a second. I'll move you guys over. Set yourself up in a position that you'd be kind of walking through this cave in.
I really want to go in front. I'm not supposed to go in front. Instinctively, I'm like, all right. Like, wait. No.
I take it we're going south. Yeah.
Yeah, you're heading for this purpose. Well, you're just entering the cave now, and you're about to head forward and look at the. You want to investigate the cave in.
All right. Remember roll investigation? Are we not there yet?
As soon as you guys kind of enter the room here.
Oh, I didn't know they made that change to sneak attack.
Yeah, it's a lot better now.
No, it has to be a finesse or a ranged weapon. That makes
yeah. So it's like daggers and stuff.
That's why it's always daggers and rapiers that they take.
Yeah, I used to make strength rogues in 3.5. That's different.
Yeah, you can't make a thug anymore.
Wow. Apparently you guys came across the Rambo of goblins as suddenly Torp, you feel the first arrow slam into your shoulder for 3 piercing damage. The second one buries itself in your thigh for 6 piercing damage. As you watch this happen, suddenly, God, I hope you can take this here. Zane, watching Torp just drop down to one knee as 2 arrows are protruding from him instinctually reaching up to the one on his shoulder trying to pull it out. You suddenly double over as an arrow slams into your gut for 8 piercing damage. Holly, what's your AC?
I don't know.
I'll be like 11.
Oh god. 11? Oh god,
man.
these are squishier than the shit I normally play.
You know what, we're gonna adjust this for a second. There we go. Alright, so so yeah, Zane, are you still alive?
I have 11 HP because I'm also a hill dwarf, so I'm just really meaty.
Alright, so yeah, with that, suddenly you guys are surprised as 3 goblins jump out from behind these different little piles of rubble, emptying bows into you. As you hear them, as they cry out and immediately pull their short swords. Everybody needs to roll initiative.
I don't wanna. Weird.
Make sure you click on yourself first.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know how to play cat. How many spells do I get? How does
2. You got 2.
2?
Yeah, level 1 casters are awful.
They're absolutely ridiculously awful.
Oh!
If you look, I took care of you, so I don't want to hear anything.
Hey, I like freaking rangers and rogues that can, do shit every time.
You can. You have cantrips.
Yeah,
Really
cantrips
strong
don't
cantrips.
take any slots to use. So you have
I know.
2 slots, and then I gave you fire bolts, which is a good cantrip to have as a mage because you can just cast that over and over and over again.
1d10 is a cantrip, dude.
Yeah, it's strong.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Yep.
Love you, time.
Hey, midnight. Why don't I have a
What?
bow?
You don't get one apparently.
Oh my god, I'm not done. I wanted to do this right and do like your entire character sheet. And fucking, you guys are not patient enough for me.
I don't have one of those fancy character sheets. I'm sorry, I can get a hold of that girl, but I can't figure out how to use the other game anymore.
Yeah, like that character sheet is so hard to navigate sometimes and doesn't work all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
it takes me like an hour to load up, and honestly, I can't get any of the monsters to work or add. Like, I am so confused at the moment.
Oh yeah,
I kind of miss these
no.
ones.
they're simple. Simple's nice sometimes.
Well,
You
I
know,
like playing off my sheet too. Like, the bar is cool, but I like playing off my sheet because it feels more like I'm playing at a table. Crib, I'm trying to add your bow. Quit moving shit.
yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know what. I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't know what I did.
There, you have a bow.
Thanks.
It exploded.
Your sneak attack isn't entirely typed in. Your what else isn't typed in? Your thieves can't.
Midnight.
That's
I
fine.
What?
hope you don't expect me to be as thorough as you are being right
Well,
now.
probably not, because you guys are like super fast, and I'm like trying to make a full character sheet. I haven't even gotten to the background.
That's okay. I mean, I hate to say
No,
this, but we're already halfway done almost.
Oh man, I guess dying is the objective of this one.
Some of you'll notice that honestly with the ADLs, they're very time sensitive, and so
Aggressive.
there's not a lot of back thought. There's not a lot of role player investigation like we do with the other game. It's more, here's the mission, take it for what it is, go where you're supposed to go. There may be a couple traps, and fight the fight, and you're done.
I know the EDL does have like Yowling Portal is ADL. That's what they were running.
Yeah. Now the hardcovers, those are also.
Yeah.
And those are more role play, investigation, things like that. A lot of these are designed to run around those to give characters breaks. So, like, let's say we were doing Curse of the Storm King, or Curse of the Storm King. You know what I meant?
Yeah.
Storm King's Thunder. And let's say we've been playing that for a while, and we just want to kind of shake things up for a night. We could run this one with new level 1 characters, and it's occurring at the same time. Even with the stuff that's going on, it's even designed to work and tie in with the other one, but it gives you a break from that other one.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's how a lot of the ADL is designed to run and play off of each other. So you'll have the modules, and then you'll have what they call hardcovers, and then you'll have epics and con. Epics are normally what your local game store will run. Cons are huge multi-table games that are run at the conventions, where a lot of times they'll actually take and look and see, okay, what did this table succeed or fail, and add all of it up to see what actually the outcome was overall.
Oh man, that's really cool. Then you got Time's Basement with his giant city and sewers he's building.
What can I say? I have problems.
Nah, that's a good problem.
One day I want your problem.
Alright, Midnight. Blow him up. Do the mage thing.
Oh god.
But you see how crazy it makes me, because then I get stuck on stuff like, okay, I've got this school done, so now I need a crest made for it so that I can actually have the crest watermarked, so that I can send you guys email documents with watermarked crest from the school.
That'd be
Oh, that's so cool.
That's amazing.
So you can print out your little graduation certificate. It'll have the watermark of the academy and everything.
So wait. Am I making you a map or a crest? Or both?
Well, I didn't know you could do crests.
I
I
can
just
do anything.
I thought you were the cartographer. So yes, Sorbeck Academy needs a crest. I have a general idea, but of course, again, That's why I was saying the other day, I need somebody that can take what I verbally see and make it visually.
Oh my god, you need to Discord it to me. No, right now, you can do it later. But I want to do it.
still excited. See? I give you good work. You should be your agent.
I fell right into this. I didn't want more work.
I got just the person. Midnight. When are you done? I got just the person. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. I was like, well, if I can get the map out of her, because mine is just a blob and another blob, and then there's the square that's actually like the first floor of the main hall I have, and it's just literally a square that's divided into more squares.
Oh my god, I'm such a sucker.
I might
Yeah.
be able to work. I might be able to work on the maps. Do you want it one big map, or do you want it do you want the barracks to be one map, the main hall to be a separate map, or do you want it all on one map?
Well, see, the first blob that I sent her was the overview of the academy, and so that's the school with many square blobs. Well, actually, many squares for the different buildings and a couple blobs for the archery range in the woods. And then I actually have some other pages here that are maps of the individual floors. So, like when she was like, "Okay, me, River, and Brooke, River and Brooke are gonna guide me to the dining hall." I actually have a map that shows me, okay, they enter through these doors and they make a left off the main hallway, and that takes them past the store on the left. On the right is the counselor's office. Now they're passing the nurse's office, heading out down the end of the hallway. On the left is the dining room, and the back of the dining room is the kitchen. If they'd have made a right, that'd have taken them to the infirmary. They could have gone back out to the main hall, continued north, and that'd have taken them to the headmaster's office. If they'd have continued east, it had actually taken them to the giant stadium, graduation chamber, just the main hall of the school with a stage at the front.
That's awesome.
And that's just the first floor of the main hall, which is 3 floors. So I have another page that shows the main hall sideways, showing the first floor and written in as entry hall, store, grad chamber, kitchen. Second floor is the different classrooms. Third floor is the library.
Oh my god, I can't find the picture with the blobs.
So yeah, I have a lot of issues, my friend. So that's why I'm like, when you say what map do I need, I'm like, I don't know. Which one do you want to do?
I found the blob pictures also. One of the blob pictures is in the Evil Campaigns part.
Oh, maybe that's I'm not looking in the right place.
Yeah, that's where I saw. I'm like,
Aha.
I might be able.
I'm trying to look through all the messages from time, and I'm like, I can't fucking find it.
You can search. The search thing works too.
Wait, it does?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Oh, it's bad. I've got like note cards with like everybody in the classes broken, like your school class broken down by race. Then another card that cross-references them by what are they actually going to study, and then individual cards for each person that lets me know, hey, this is, this person, and here's their personality, and here's what they want to do, and here's who they are, and where they came from, and here's who knows who, and who's bunking with who's related to who.
That's awesome.
Time, I can barely read your handwriting.
He used the same handwriting I use.
Yeah. Are you looking at blob A or blob B?
Oh, Tom, I love you, man.
Which side of the blobs are you looking at? Is it the bottom blob or the top blob?
I can read the main hall graduation chamber.
Okay, so yeah, in the main hall, you've got the grad chamber, library, potions, classes. That's just little notes for myself.
Yeah, that's the one I can read.
North of that, you have the teacher's house blob. Directly east of that, you have the zoo. Directly east of that, you have the barracks.
Ooh, wait.
South,
Right there.
South of the barracks, you have the senior barracks, which is where the seniors get to stay. A lot nicer than the main room, than having to share with all the other classes. Below that, you have the spell training hall. Below that is melee training hall with the archery range out back. Just kind of southwest is an actual temple setting where the paladin and the clerics take their religion studies. And then far southeast, tucked kind of on the edge of the woods, is the dungeon where the rogues go for their specialized classes. And then west of all that, the many circle blobs are woods for survival, nature training, things like that. In the middle of all those blobs is the garden area for herbology, minus out poison plants and things like that. Those are actually grown in the dungeon. So this is more rare and exotic flora for healing and cooking and spell crafting and other items.
Holy crap.
It's really cool.
Yeah. And that's just a quick overview. If you want, we can go into details about each building. I mean, I've got it all.
Came
If you want
prepared.
to talk about classmates, I mean, you haven't even met Yuma yet. All you know is that she has clothes and bags and jewelry all over half
All
the
over
room.
our room.
Oh, you haven't met your person yet?
No, I met random people. My person just had like shit all over her room. The room. Well, but
Yeah, her roommate at that side of the room has exploded into clothing and just who knows what. And she's taken off with twin sister girls, Brooke and River, who are there to study different items. Whereas Graves has actually met his roommate, Lucas.
Yeah, I'm going to get some food.
me too.
I offered him some jerky. He wanted more food.
So, and again, that's kind of letting you guys meet their personalities and everything like that. And I adjusted it for you, even though everything I've read is like pretty much, I didn't know how to say it nicely, but elf children are retarded from everything I've read. They literally age like 5 years to every human year. So you come across a 20-year-old elf kid, and they're like a 4-year-old, is everything I read. So you're coming across like 13-year-old elves pooping themselves that still need to be wiped, pretty much. However, I understand that bothered you very much, trying to deal with the whole you're 94 and you're excited about the grossness and the tongue sticking out that's going on at the table. So I modified it down to you're now about 14.
I'm dying. Our maid is gonna shit herself.
Who's wiping?
Like, I researched it because I thought so at first, too. I was like, this is weird. I mean, I understand that elves, get their adulthood about 90 and name day at, 95, 98. They name day at 100 as adults. But everything I've seen has, said that they mature very, very slow mentally and physically, and they need to be nurtured from the magic of their lands and blah, blah, blah. And so I did. I looked and researched and everything, and the more that I looked, it seems like they're just giant retarded kids until they hit 100, and then all of a sudden, boom, hey.
It all clicks, just like that.
Well, I don't think I like elves anymore.
Well, and the crazy thing is, I'm like, but every book and every movie shows little elf kids freaking having super powerful magic.
Well, they're actually supposed to be retarded.
So that's where I was like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and to make it easier for people, elves, you are considered an adult at 100 because you've traveled the world and you're not youthful like you would be in your 20s, but you're still at 14 and 15. You're 14, 15.
It still just makes no sense to me. You've had 95 years of life experience. Life just doesn't stop because
95 years of pooping yourself.
Apparently for elves, it does, okay? It's like I said, reverse dog years.
Oh, God.
It took you 6 months to learn the letter A.
You're also 25.
I feel really bad for their parents.
That does sound terrible.
Oh my God,
Like-
yeah.
Like, just thinking about that, like,
100 years of wiping an ass?
So,
man.
Alright, but
The
back
graduate gets
to...
more poop?
Hopefully that gave you enough time to finish the sheet because you guys are currently getting destroyed and demolished by these 3 goblins that have surprised you guys. Also, because this is ADL, we are running 100%. So that includes surprise rounds, resistance, everything like that. So do keep that in mind. This is a much less forgiving world than mine.
It's alright.
That's because Wizards doesn't love us like you do.
It's alright, we got this.
No.
Alright, Midnight, blow them up.
Alright, so what are we doing, Holly?
First, I'm blowing them up, right?
Yeah.
I'm scared. There's spells. I'm gonna use that D10 thing.
What about your spells? They probably do more damage.
No, magic missile doesn't, does it?
Can't miss.
I know. That's the beauty of magic missile.
No, I know about it. Can't miss.
Magic missile, the darkness. Burning hands. It sounds like something I actually have to touch them with.
It's Olivia's spell. It's a cone.
Oh, well, if it's her spell, I don't like
That's
it.
all I remember. Because she keeps hitting me with it.
Nope. I'm gonna firebolt something. Hey, I clicked it. Hey. Yeah. Oh, well, the first one clicked. I'm gonna do. Wait, I didn't look at the range of it. Wait. God, this is so.
120 feet.
Oh my God, this is so complicated.
Oh my
Can
god.
I
Good night.
hit? What? Shut up.
She's the perfect caster.
Hit this one.
With the first one.
Yeah, the first one. The second one wasn't real thick.
Alright, I was gonna say, are we taking this first one or the second one?
The
First one. The second. I just clicked too many times. I got excited.
Alright, you're shooting the one closest to Torp.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
Wait. Where's a D10? There you are.
So with that, you watch as still newly found to your powers, not quite comfortable and familiar with them yet. It takes you a moment. You focus, your hand kind of straining and shaking with the effort it takes, and suddenly you see that small red glow begin to appear before it streaks out across, slamming into the arm of the goblin that's currently running towards Torp, and you watch as it satisfyingly blackens, the skin curling for a moment, and you see it kind of as it stumbles for a moment, taking some obvious damage. What are you gonna do? Are you moving?
No. I ain't getting closer to that shit.
Alright, Zane, what are we doing?
I'm gonna go over here and less away from the people with the arrows. And then I'm gonna use my short bow. I'm gonna shoot the guy that Midnight just shot.
Alright.
For some reason it's not letting me shoot the bow. There we go. 13? Yeah.
As you let off with the bow, you watch as the small creature is a little bit more nimble than you expected, and it kind of side hops out of the way. The arrow slamming into the ground right next to its foot.
Fail.
Gonna get him next time. Alright. I end.
What are we doing, Torque?
Can I lay hands on myself?
Can you touch yourself?
Yes, indeed I can indeed touch myself.
There you go, my friend. So you can heal up to 5 times your level.
Okay, so I am going to heal up here. I'm gonna go to 9 points. And then I'm gonna be like, time's up, let's do this. and I'm gonna move towards my enemy
That's scary.
right here. And then I wanna be like, come at me, bro.
With my mullet of justice.
Alright.
Oh god.
Oh, get closer to us.
So the one farther off, running forward, seeing that you had just fire-bolted his friend, immediately takes aim at you. But you, seeing the move telegraphed, are able to easily kind of move out of the way there, Holly, as the arrow harmlessly flies past you, slamming into the side of the tunnel. As that's occurring, the other 2 goblins rush up on you there, Torp, one coming in from the left, the other coming in from the right. You watch as they both quickly slash out at the same time. You bring your long sword around and slam aside the first scimitar. As the second goblin stepping in goes low for the back of your now exposed leg, you laugh as you know that he took the fat and easily bring your elbow forward, slamming the blade aside with your armor. What are we doing, Holly?
I don't know. My D10 failed me. I guess I'll try it again. Maybe my D10 will like me. Firebolt. Why is it taking so long when I click it? I don't want to click it twice this time. Oh, well.
Can we take the second one this time?
She went first one last time, so we're gonna have to stick with that
No,
trend
no,
for consistency, man. You know, we gotta have that consistency.
Durable crit.
Consistency.
It's a double crit. Dang it.
Double crit.
Can we take disadvantage on the second roll?
This time, as you're concentrating, Holly, you're focusing, and you can't quite connect, and you can't quite get it to form. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, it is. It's right out of reach.
What are you doing, Zane?
I'm gonna shoot my bow at this one again.
That hits.
Come on, damage. 8 damage. Max damage.
So, Torp, is the one that you slap the blade aside with your longsword is kind of stumbling, trying to bring his scimitar back to bear on you. You watch as an arrow just flies out and dunks right into his neck, and he just falls over sideways, his scimitar clattering to the ground.
I got one! I'm gonna move.
And you may want to look, because would that have qualified for sneak attack?
Oh yeah, I would have, because he's next to him.
Keep that in mind, my friend. It's the whole reason of being a rogue.
You know, I'm new to
And I have it
this.
all typed up for you, so you have no excuse.
Last time I played a rogue, I didn't hit a single attack till I threw my bow at somebody. Yeah, it was hilarious. I missed everything. I dropped some ball bearings. That saved us for a little bit. We still died. Oh god, that was terrible.
That really was, actually.
I hit none of my attacks hit. The only thing that actually worked, I dropped some ball bearings while running away, and the orc guy slipped on it. And
Yeah,
then
almost killed himself. He actually almost killed himself.
yeah, that too. And then I got
That's
so fed up
unbelievable.
with my bow because I rolled a 1 and the bowstring broke. I missed every attack with this bow. I just hurled my bow at this weird snake thing and fucking max damage on it. I was fucking like, oh my god, I quit. Improvised weapons.
So what are you doing there, Tor?
Hoo ha he hoo ha he hoo ha. Long sword attack.
Oh yeah.
As you go through the katas that you've been practicing over and over and over again, time and time again, drilling into your head, your body knows the motions after hitting, dummy after dummy. You bring the sword out in a beautiful, perfect arc. But unlike the dummies, this goblin ducks down and your sword passes over its head. Are you gonna try and move?
No, I'm just gonna growl.
So the one off in the distance is gonna shoot at you again there, Holly. This time the arrow slams into you for 6 piercing damage.
That's not very nice. Hey, where's my HP?
It's gone.
Uh-oh.
What's a mage? A D6?
Yeah.
So I have 7. Oh wow, I have 1 fucking HP now.
Oh, you're not dead. That's good news.
No, I got this. Oh, Grave, I think I put yours in your current HP, not your maximum.
I fixed it already.
Okay. I got 1 HP, guys. I got this.
Magic missile. I'm telling you, it's time.
So,
Run away.
Torp, you hear a Holly scream out as this arrow it drives right into her side, and she almost falls down. She's now barely standing. You see she's having trouble getting a breath as that's going on. you see movement out of the corner of your eye and are able to kind of take a step back as the goblin facing you slashes out once again with the scimitar before he disengages.
I want to make attack of opportunity.
That's why he disengaged as a bonus action.
Oh, sorry.
He's a
yeah,
crafty
you're right,
goblin.
Yeah,
Crafty
he's a goblin. So Goblin gets disengaged as a bonus. And seeing that Holly is very wounded, and being the cowardly creatures they are, he immediately runs in her direction. What are you doing, Holly?
Getting the fuck out of the way?
Yeah, but
Let's see. Wait, what's my speed? 30, 35, that's right. Elves are cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Were diagonals in 5th, 5, or do they do the
Just
5?
use the measuring tool.
Yeah, like this.
That's not. Oh my god,
Where you
guys. Like,
You going this way?
yeah, no.
What about this way, down towards the dead goblin?
You know what? Yeah, I'm going all the way down there.
Zoop!
I'm going down here.
Oh god, you went so far!
I can move 35. Wait, did I go one too many? That one.
There you go. I'm like, wait a second. A little too far.
Hey, I just want to get away.
That's
Wait, but I can still.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's the magic missile time. Oh, no, I still
Which
do
one are you
fireball.
shooting at?
The one that was coming after me?
Roll for damage.
Nice. Even better.
So as you run around Zane, moving to the other side of him, fear coursing through you. You've never seen anything like this. I mean, you've seen books and you've been told and you've prepped and prepared, but holy shit, this thing was running right at you with bright red eyes and teeth, and it wants to kill you. You find that focus deep within you, and you hold your hand out and watch as that red beam flies past Zane, slamming into the chest of the goblin. It cries out for a moment as the beam eats itself through him, leaving an open, smoking, gaping wound in the middle of his chest before he just falls onto his face.
Good. Little bitch.
What are you doing, Tort?
Wait, my turn.
Yeah.
That's right, Zane.
Keep it nice and simple. I'm gonna shoot that last one with the bow. Pew! Nope.
So you shoot your bow at this one, and it is able to kind of actually come dodging forward towards you guys, and the arrow flies over its head behind it.
I'm done after that.
Tort.
Ha ha! Grrr.
God.
Yeah. So as you grr and swing out at it, it jumps to the side and you miss. And it's going to use disengage.
Uh-oh. Oh, he went far. He went real far.
And you watch as this goblin it takes off running out the way that you guys came in.
So guys, we'll take a long rest right here. Alright.
Yeah, I could go for that right now.
I want to loot the two goblins we killed. See what they had.
They just have a couple arrows, a crappy short bow, and crappy rusty half-broken scimitars.
Damn goblins.
Kind of want to mime snapping on a glove and be like, "Don't worry, miss, I'm a doctor."
Oh god. I'm scared.
And then you heal for 5 points
Yay.
Wait, we're level.
after I touch you.
You already healed yourself for 5 points.
Doesn't it? It says 5 uses in between long rests.
It's 5 life per level. So you're level 1, you can heal for 5 HP.
Yeah, but he gets 5 uses per rest.
So I have 3 left.
I believe. Let me double check and look at your sheet on here and just make sure.
Just let me have the hit points, guys.
I just said it just.
Oh yeah, you have a pool, is what it is. So each point is. Let's see. You can cure multiple diseases with a single expended hit points separately for each one. So yes, that's the maximum amount. So each point is a hit point. You have a pool. I apologize for how I put that in there. So because it is my error, I am sorry. But here's some good news.
So from
I
going,
forgot to tell you guys, you all being level 1 characters start with a health potion.
Oh yeah,
huh.
using it.
All right.
Yeah.
So did I heal her or not?
Because I messed up, we will let you heal.
Yay!
Well, I'm drinking a potion. What type of potion we got?
I mean, yeah, we got health potions, so yeah. Cool.
The D20 health potion, right? It's a really good one, right? High quality.
So yeah, should have that.
It's all good.
Alright, so you guys searching the room?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I want to drink a potion. Because I don't like having 3 HP. What type
Are
potion
you sure?
we got?
Just cure wounds.
Well, maybe I'll save it. Alright, I want to look around the room. Is that perception or investigation? To look around.
Oh, I apologize. It's actually called a potion of healing, so you get 2d4 plus 2.
Nah, I'll save it for now. You know,
Alright, so looking around the room, make well, actually, it's pretty easy to see. Sticking out of the cave-in area there, you actually see a pair of giant-sized feet are sticking out of the rubble in the hallway to the east. If you want to look closer, do an investigation check.
oh yeah, I'm definitely looking at this giant feet. Maybe get a little tickle.
Tickle, tickle.
You can see easily that the structural integrity of the tunnel was very weak to begin with, but it was actually sabotaged as a trap. And it seems like the giant triggered whatever trap was set up here, and that's what caused this cave-in.
Does he look dead?
Oh, he's very dead. Like, there is tons of rock on him.
Oh,
Literally, think Oz Witch, the feet sticking out from under the house.
Alright, he's good. He's good and dead.
Only it's super
So,
fast.
yeah. Alright. Well, we got a dead giant over here. Looks like it
We should
might
do
have
his toe.
triggered his trap. I think I should take his toe.
What you get from a
This
giant?
isn't Skyrim. We don't need a
Okay,
giant
sorry.
toe.
Can I
Okay, fine.
Is his pockets exposed, maybe? It's like, you know, maybe the rubble crushed his upper half?
All you see is a pair of feet.
Does he have shoes?
Does he have giant toes?
Pair of bare feet.
Oh.
Man, I can't get nothing from this guy. He's
Do they
killing me.
smell?
Horribly.
I'm out of here. Done.
Let's get. Dude, it smells in here.
Should use cure
Let's
disease.
get out of this place.
Should use cure
Guys,
disease on
that's
this
not why
feet.
we came in here.
Oh yeah, we gotta go. I guess down the way that's not caved in, but I'm gonna look
Yeah.
for a trap.
All right. So as you begin to head towards the open tunnel to the south, you suddenly hear a scurrying sound and some high-pitched squeaking echo from the south tunnel. As you guys look down, you expect to see rats or some other vermin kind of swarming towards you, but instead you see angry-eyed swarm of goblins. These goblins are no larger than mice. Their tiny scimitars and shields actually are pretty comical. Until you guys start realizing just how many of them there are. And as you begin to realize there's a lot, the lights go out. Torp, you are now blind.
Oh god, you're human.
Do any of us have a jar to catch some of these in?
I don't know. I don't have all my stuff.
I wanna shut up. Yes, you have a jar that is perfect size for catching these goblins.
Well,
Totally in your equipment list.
I'm not gonna be here because this is a terrible spot for someone to stand in.
Oh god.
As these guys are swarming, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hide behind this nice mage that might have fire spells that are in cones.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I can't-
call you if you hide behind me.
No, it's okay. Just patting her on the back, like, hey, don't worry. Just do your thing. You just you know, making
Let me
weird
at 'em.
noises.
Let me at him!
You're
Let me at
cool
'em!
in your head.
Let
But I
me at
will
'em!
you if you're in the
Roll for
way.
initiative.
I don't wanna. God, I only have a +1 initiative. It's so fucking low. I need to use that one thing. How do I? Okay, let me read this thing.
Alright, Zane, what are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot a bow at a cluster of them. Yeah. Just, like, you know, I'm gonna get real low. I'm gonna get real low to the ground and like aim it so it's like gonna go through like 30 of them. Instead of just trying to hit 2. Oh!
Oh! And the crit does it!
That does hit.
I never had to fight a swarm of goblins before.
I want to catch him. Do you have any Pokeballs?
So you get down even lower to the ground, kind of confused, but able to see them in the dark and pull your bow, letting this arrow fly. It skims across just a couple inches above the actual floor itself, and you watch as, again, almost comically, like bowling pins, you see these goblins just go flying through the air as this arrow barrels in between, knocking some over, skewering others on the tip itself as it flies right through the middle. Not finding enough resistance out of anything to actually slow it down, it slams into the far side of the cavern with 2 goblins pinned to the front, and you see quite a few are now struggling to get up from the mass pile that dominoed out as this arrow launched through the middle of them.
I'm dying.
What are you doing, Torb?
What? Who's shooting? Where are they?
They're
Let
right.
me at them!
They're right
Give me-
there.
Where are they?
They're right
I
there.
cannot see them.
Why can't you
Okay,
see?
where's the entrance to the tunnel?
They're not to the entrance of
Now,
the.
here's an awesome point, Holly, to keep in mind that you have spells, and yes, you do go after Torp, but you could set him up very well for the next round.
I'm gonna burn them. If you go up there, I'm gonna burn you, and then you can see in the fire. So you should just wait.
Or you could do that.
I, being the clod that I am going to wander around a bit, kind of blindly. Okay, I wanna say blindly swinging my sword, but I also don't want to skewer anyone.
You swing with disadvantage is what happens when you attack blind.
You're gonna get burned.
Okay, I kind of like I want to stumble around in my ineptitude in a 5-foot square, saying let me at them and being stumbling around.
So he,
All right. What are you doing, Holly?
I'm gonna burn him, and then he'll be able to see and stop fucking stumbling around. So I'm gonna use the burning hands thing because that should be able to hit all of the tiny little goblins. Pass it with level 1. Obviously, I am level 1.
I have no idea the range on that.
All right, I should look at that, huh? I might have to get close. I don't want to get closer.
You can get closer and back out.
Wait, range is self. Every creature in a 15-foot. Oh, I might have to take a step closer. Yeah, they're not within 15 feet. So I'm gonna go like there. Will that reach the back of the goblin swarm too?
That would reach everybody.
Okay.
Uh,
I wasn't there.
So you guys watch as Holly steps forward, kind of screaming, kind of yelling, not sure what to do with these tiny creatures rushing around, and holds her hand out. It ignites in flames, and as she points her fingers out, these 5 beams shoot forward, and you watch as these tiny goblins shrivel up, charring in front of you, crisping, a few of them actually popping and sizzling as the flames pass over them. As the last one dies, you swear you hear it yell out something very, very unflattering.
See, good job. To see the fire and the.
I love that I'm a 94-year-old elf and I'm screeching like a little girl.
You're not shitting yourself.
14.
Fucking 95.
So
Whoa!
All of my other elf characters to this point have been like infants.
Yeah, actually, they have been.
Most of them are in like their 50s and 60s.
That explains VASP.
It does. Oh my god. Dude, you guys are taking care of a kid elf.
It all makes sense now.
I draw the line of wiping your butt.
Well, she's been good up until this point. I think she's all right.
I will conjure leaves for you to do it yourself, but I'm not gonna do it. All right.
I'm weird.
I would like to go around stomping on all the individual goblins to put them out.
The fire is how you see.
It's not putting off that much flame, really. I mean, it's like little tiny candles. So yes, you are able to walk around stomping them out, but you don't really. Yeah, you're having trouble seeing as it is. There just isn't enough light.
Can I
Take the
make
ones
rude noises
throwing
as I do
arrow
so?
and light them.
Can I make rude noises as I do so?
You sure can.
Of course you can.
Okay.
Alright. Now that we fought the swarm of tiny goblins, we should keep going down the cave.
But he's blind and none of us have a torch.
Yeah, I know. For some reason I don't have everything.
Shut up, Rick.
Most of the time I do have a torch.
I know, me too.
Alright, well it's alright. Just hold his hand. Use the
Do
buddy
you have
system.
anything that I can light on fire?
I don't know. Look in your spells. What do you have?
Yeah, but like items, I can make fire. Oh, I have light.
You the cantrip
Whoa!
light.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell you that.
Oh God.
Yeah, fireworks. The fire. I burned them all. What more did I need? I'm not gonna waste my time making it so we can see when I can burn them all.
Okay, sure. Alright,
I burned them all.
Aha!
lead the way, oh mighty paladin of whatever you
Are we
are.
traveling south?
Yeah,
Wait, what thing am I touching? Give me one of your arrows and I will touch it and it will make light.
I hand her one of my arrows. It's used
It
as
is a light
torch.
arrow now. Actually, we should use the
Alright.
one that has the skewered goblins on the end.
You're right. And then I should shoot that down the hallway.
Absolutely.
Just more,
Absolutely.
just more intimidation, right? And we can see.
Absolutely, I'm down for it.
All right. So I'm gonna go get the skewered goblin arrow and hand it to her for us to make a torch out of.
Yep, I cast light on it.
Alright, so you guys are gonna look at these bodies or just skewer them around?
You're right. Let's look at these lovely bodies. Do I have a jar to put some of them in?
Did I
Holly, make an Arcana check.
Do I have that?
Oh, you're
You're a
mage.
wizard.
That's
You're
weird.
a wizard, Holly. Sorry.
Oh.
So weird to me.
You're a wizard.
You
Holly.
noticed that these were obviously regular goblins at some point, but some form of magic caused them to shrink down.
Now they're adorable.
Honey, I shrunk the goblins.
So you now have the glowing torch with a couple glowing dead goblins on the end. Are you guys gonna head down the tunnel to the south there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys make your way down this tunnel. It curves around until it comes out to a cavern. This cavern is like the last, but it is lit without lanterns throughout, so you can now see easily toward to the north of the cavern at the far end. You see a small creature dressed in ratty furs. He's wielding a club, and he stands in front of a stone chest that's even with his eyes. His back is to you, and you catch the sound of what seems to be like angry rumbling from his direction, but it's just too faint to really hear. You then hear a yappy growl to your left, and the creature quickly turns, and you see before you what looks like a hill giant, but it's the size of a goblin. It shrieks at you. Slaymaker, the brute giant, will tear you apart and feed you to blood drinker. And with that, he charges towards you.
I shoot the goblin arrow at him with the light on it.
As he's charging forward, you guys look over and see what was growling is a black bear,
Oh Jesus!
but not the normal size. Once again, this one being the size of your average cat.
Oh,
We will handle
I love
it.
it.
We shall take it.
oh shit! Now I was have animal handling.
Roll for initiative.
I want to try anyway.
Oh,
Oh shit! I'm going first.
I'll go eventually.
And Graves is going last.
I'll go eventually.
Wait, can I charm creatures too? Or does it only work on people?
No, there's an animal spell for that.
Oh.
Like it's literally called like charm animal or befriend animal.
Yeah, I think Basp has it. I want the bear.
It's gotta wrestle it.
Think if I give it mage armor, it'll like think I'm cool?
No,
Oh.
man, you should have put that on before we came in here.
It's only unarmored.
You are an armored. You don't wear armor as a mage.
What?
Yeah, you have zero armor.
That's why you're so fucking squishy.
They have zero armor proficiencies.
Why? What? That was still on Planeswalker class.
But you can have mage armor, and it's a ritual cast.
Yeah, but... Oh.
Fun stuff. Man, I almost beat him in initiative.
Whatever, I got this.
Give me 1 second. I'm just adjusting a few things so that he doesn't just,
So I
bash
get
you.
so I get one shot.
Alright, so with that, Holly, what are we doing?
I kind of want to put mage armor on, but I don't want to waste. This is why I don't like having spell slots. I don't want to waste it.
Well, yeah,
So,
to ritual cast it. If we,
it says one action.
yeah, but if you ritual cast, it doesn't take up a spell slot.
Oh, well, you know what? You should have told me that before we came in here.
Yeah, I should have. I didn't know you had it.
Well, you know what? I don't play mages. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm gonna firebolt the mini giant. Maybe not.
He's naked.
It is a giant, but it's mini, so its AC is probably lower.
But also naked, you know.
It doesn't hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Alright, what are you gonna do there, Tort?
Oh.
I'm gonna move to right about here, and then I'm gonna be like, catch this! Did I roll?
You don't know nothing.
Oh, I did. Sorry.
Oh.
Ignore the second one.
All the rolls were
Oh
like,
yeah, that hits.
on
Roll for
plan.
damage.
Oh, yeah.
So
Skewer.
you run forward and throw this javelin out, and it not realizing how small it is, you guess, goes to swat it with its club,